BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top trade. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a quick video then, and it is only Monday, it has only just started, and the S&P futures is sort of down with a little bit of a bounce to it, but Bitcoin is rallying to significant highs already. Absolutely pamplemousse is what I would say on this one. So Bitcoin, still with the bearish divergence on the daily, 4-hourly, hourly and 12-hourly, but the weekly closed obviously, and it's just opened a brand new one this morning with no bearish divergence whatsoever. Still opened another weekly with bearish divergence money flow index, but this sort of thing can go on forever. And this is the thing, isn't it, really? We've got emotional buyers from, I suppose, from retail, I can imagine. I don't really have a way to really gauge a particular the size of the retail at the moment. I imagine, and I can sort of tell to a degree, that they're creeping back in because meme coins went mad, and certain things like AI. I was talking about it yesterday, wasn't it? Really. So I suppose these waves of interest, but not overall big blanket craziness. And some people have approached me that normally are skeptical of crypto. So on an anecdotal level, the retail are becoming more interested. But I wouldn't say that it's mania phase. And I don't really know as retail has that sort of income like they had before. You know, the cost of living and things like that, a lot of people just don't have that kind of disposable income. In fact, I know that to be the case because I was speaking to somebody the other day who did express an interest, and I said I'd help them. They said, I don't have any money. I was like, all right, yeah, shit, yeah, of course. People don't really have much money these days, do they? So anyway, that's just on forget about that. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly for what it's worth. It's worth quite a lot. We had this ricochet sort of bolt down over the last 8 hours, and we've a nice springboard back up to basically a new all-time high, literally just moments ago. So, when we're thinking about resistances on this, we don't really have a way to find a resistance on what could be price discovery, blue sky breakout for Bitcoin. The best way I would be looking at it would be in increments on the way up by every few $1,000s, rather than each 5, probably perhaps every 2. We can also look at the very low term time frames to see if there's any bearish divergence on these, but I still don't think that this is going to be useful either. I think the best thing to think is that Bitcoin is going to keep going up until it finishes going up, or until the last buyer has bought and then the sellers start to sell. And it doesn't mean it's going to come collapsing down. It's just going to run out of steam. And I see the evidence of it, which is why I was saying yesterday we do have evidence of that steam running dry, and so we should expect it to slow down at some point soon. But when things do go parabolic, and I say it on the Patreon all the time, well, someone will ask me to look at some chart which has just rallied 600% in, a day, and they'll say, what's happening next on this? And I'll say, well, I don't know. You can't really apply technicals to it that much. You can do a bit more for Bitcoin in this scenario because it's slow and steady and consistent, but sometimes you just have to stand back and say, well, it's just going to keep going up, isn't it? There's nothing more that I can tell you until it starts going down. There's evidence to say that it's slowing down, but looking at the price action, it's not, is it? We've just gone to a new all-time high just now. But same as yesterday, I have nothing much more to say about it. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Bearish divergence on 1-hourly, 4-hourly, 12-hourly, daily. There will be a pullback on this one. And it will come this week, I would imagine, especially with the way that the S&P futures is looking, which is the opposite of Bitcoin. I mean, it's more or less unchanged at the moment, but it wants to keep coming down. And the Dixie is still coming down as well, but it's basically flat. So look, your guess will be as good as mine. All I'm here to say this morning is to point out the potential warning signs of bearish divergence on a variety of different time frames, which is not just isolated to Bitcoin, but a lot of altcoins, the majority of altcoins too. So I stand by what I say when I'm looking for a bigger pullback or a dump or whatever you want to call it. Let's not get used to these higher prices. I'm not looking to buy at these higher prices, but I will buy on a 20% or 40% for altcoins pullback for a decent bounce. Happy to just carry on with my day today. Allow the hodl bags to hodl, but my trading accounts, nah, leave that alone for a minute. This is not an appealing scenario right now. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I hope you have a nice day. Join the Patreon, join the Telegram, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and have a nice day.